No Jacques Kallis, no Usman Khawaja. Tell us about this latest inclusion, Henry Nicholls.
Yeah, a couple of big blows. Henry Nicholls is from Canterbury, New Zealand. He's played 5 one-day internationals for New Zealand. He's a pretty good player.
What was it like turning up, being the overseas player, replacing Jacques Kallis, and probably, you know, three-quarters of a lot of Australia didn't know who you were? How did you deal with that?
You know, it was very intimidating in terms of, you know, flying over there and just saying, well, you know, basically you're going to be playing, and especially the calibre of the players the Thunder have. I mean, Shane Watson, Mike Hussey, they got Andre Russell was one of the overseas, obviously, Kallis, who's an international cricket legend, and I was replacing him.
Now Henry Nicholls as well.
Yeah, exactly, and I just obviously all the, you know, everyone's like, who's Henry Nicholls, and, you know, so that's fine, but like a really good environment, sort of Paddy Upton, the coach, and made it pretty clear that they didn't expect anything but what I have. So I just tried to focus on keeping it really simple and just do whatever I can to help the team win.
Could be out. Good catch. And Henry Nicholls in the thick of it.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, the Sydney Cricket Ground, I hadn't been there before. I'd watched it on TV lots of times, and it was to actually be there. In the Sydney Derby, it was full and it was loud and it was awesome. I say, I was just loved every minute. Even looking back, you just say, what an amazing experience it was to actually be part of that, and a little part of helping the Thunder qualify for their first ever final series.
Henry Nicholls comes to the crease. We didn't see much of him in his debut game at the SCG. He was out early, so he's under pressure now. What can he do?
The way you dealt with the pressure moving forward for your career for New Zealand.
I think that was one of the biggest learnings I had was probably from that first game when I didn't get runs, and sort of looking back and sort of just seeing what I thought I could do differently.
Nicholls goes high and clears the rope.
I was a bit more relaxed and just sort of trusted myself enough to, once I got in, I was actually able to catch up on the runs and being there at the end, and making a pretty comprehensive win was great.
How do you adjust? What's been the hardest thing for you coming into this Black Cap side from domestic cricket?
I mean, obviously the level of intensity goes up a lot in terms of everything that goes together with all the external factors, as well as obviously the quality of the opposition. A lot of it is just managing yourself, and I say not making sure you're not getting too caught up in everything else that's going on, but just still making sure, the same when I'm playing for Canterbury as I am playing for New Zealand.
Nicholls looks in fine touch.
When you come into a new team, you always want to prove you think why you should be there, and sort of earn that respect from people who view you in that team. So I think especially when I first got the call in terms of looking to replace maybe Roscoe at 4, it was sort of probably a little bit daunting, but then I just sort of managed to just relax and just trust what I do, and not trying to replace Ross Taylor, but actually just fill a role in the team.
Another one for Henry Nicholls, and that is 50. Impressive indeed.
I think something for me is just looking to be really busy at the start of innings. So I know if I'm looking to be really busy and really positive, then that sort of makes me a lot more confident. The biggest thing for me in terms of my role in the team is actually to make a contribution which helps us win games of cricket.
Very impressive for a young man.